Good morning everyone. Welcome to Market Voice. Anyone can do any kind of work with reasonable clarity if they have a reasonable amount of experience or with reasonable amount of skills or reasonable amount of knowledge about the activity that they are carrying on. So, to do a ordinary job or to complete the work without much superiority, all you need is reasonable amount of knowledge, experience, skills and resources. But if you want to excel in any activity, then you need all of these things. Along with that, the most important aspect that you will need is attitude. If you want to excel in anything, if you want to do a best job, then along with all of these knowledge, experience, resources, you need the right attitude. Anybody with decent amount of knowledge or common sense can pass the exams with about 60% or 70% or 80%, or even good amount of practice, good amount of reading, they can even get up to 90%. But if they have to really get that 98% in exams or 99% or score 100%, then along with all of that knowledge they have, along with all of that practice they have done, they need to have something very unique factor which is called as attitude. You can see anyone who has really done well in their fields. It could be Sachin Tendulkar, it could be Lata Mangeshkar, it could be Amitabh Bachchan, any field for that matter. Of course, they have natural talent, natural skills. Of course, they put in lot of hard work, lot of energy behind that. Apart from all of that, one thing what we see in all of these top performers in any field is something they have a kind of attitude which is very important for them to push themselves forward. So attitude is very important, and when it comes to trading, I feel attitude is one of the very important factor that we need to inculcate inside ourselves. See, stock market is all about 5% club. There are about 90% of the traders who lose money consistently, and there are about 5% of the traders who just about break even. They will be in the game but they will not do anything great. It is the last 5% who really take away the enormous wealth from the market. In any field, even if you are an ordinary worker, you will be rewarded something. If you score 60% or 70% in exams, you will be rewarded first class. Even if you are not a top performer in your organization, even if you are delivering a normal work, you will be paid some amount of salary. But here we cannot be ordinary. The price of being ordinary is in terms of losses. It's only when you get into the top 5 you can see returns. Anything less than top 5 0 to 95% you will be on the losing side. You should understand this aspect, very, very important it is. You can't say like, I was 70% good. No, it's no good. You can't say I am 80% good. Still it's no good. Because market is a zero sum game. It can reward the 5% top club only when it punishes the 95%. The 5% can win only when the 95% together they lose. So if you have to be in the market, if you have to really win, if you have to see some positive alpha, then you have to understand it's no good if you are somewhat good. You have to be better than the most. You have to be that real 5% of the crowd, and only then you have chances of making something more. Otherwise, all that people who are 10% good is equivalent to who is 90% good. Because even if you are 90% good, you will end up making, may not be big losses, but still you are on the losing side. So how to get into this 5% club? All that 95% also has same amount of information, same amount of knowledge. They also really put in too much of hard work. It's not that like they are not trying. It's not that they have taken it lightly. They are also trying. They are also putting in their hard work. They are also very judicious. They also have some amount of skills. They also have some amount of experience. They also have some amount of capital and time resources. So they all come, or we all come with the same set of skills, experience, knowledge, information, practice, hard work. More or less we all come with the same set of resources with us, except that the winners are differentiated because they carry what I feel one of the very special ingredient which most of the 95% fail because they don't have that right attitude. Which means winner, apart from all of these things which everybody has, he has one extra quality which is called as his attitude. So today's discussion is how do we develop an attitude. Well, I was thinking about this, how do we develop that attitude? Yes, we know there is some kind of attitude which is important. That is what we have seen in most of the excellent or players or excellent actors or anybody who has excelled in their field. Apart from the common type of situations they encounter, we all encounter the same set of situations in the market, but still few win and most of them lose. So yes, with all of the other things that is already there with all of us, attitude is very important. But how do we develop this attitude? What is that we need to do to develop a right set of attitudes? While I was thinking on these lines, one important thing I found was your objective will decide your attitude. This is my finding. What I felt was our objectives will decide our attitude. What is the objective of whatever activity we are doing? If you are in a corporate world, what is your objective? You want money, you want higher ranking positions, you want to bring in top revenue to your organization, you want to excel in your position. Your objective will decide your attitude, or it will help you in developing the right kind of attitude for what you actually want. So the very important question that we need to answer ourselves is why? What is that why which we are working for? What is your objective of being in the markets? Why you want to become a player, or why you want to become an actor? If you want to really become an actor just to make some money or some livelihood out of it, then you will be an actor. You will not be the top notch actor, but still you will be making some decent movies and making some decent money. If you really want to become the number one actor, then you should answer that yes, I want to be the number one actor. Then you will do whatever it takes for being that number one. So very similarly, what is your objective of being in the markets? You need to understand, it is very, very important you write down your objective of why you are doing this work. If you have to really make money, then there are so many other fields also. So your answer or your objective will decide your attitude in the markets. Coming to our regular discussion on the war treatise by The Art of War, written by Sun Tzu. What he says should be the objective of war. Why any country or any king or any commander goes for a war? He says in the second chapter, the 19th treaty, Sun Tzu says, in war, let your great object be victory, not lengthy campaigns. What should be the objective of war? Not to massage your ego that you won over another king. The objective should be victory, that's all. There should be no other objective in war. But yes, you should bring victory with ethics. Yes, you need to bring victory with right methods. You cannot adopt unfairful practices to win. But you should be very clear, the objective of you going into the war is to become victorious and come back. There should not be any other objective. Only when you go with that objective in mind, you have any chances of victory. Very similarly, in markets, the one single objective or the only single objective should be to make money. If you have any other objective, then you might satisfy those objectives, but you will definitely be in that 95% club. Here the one single most parameter is what is the money that you are making. You may say, I have come here to learn. If you have to really learn, then there are so many other ways to learn the stock market itself without deploying much capital. You may think like, this is a casino, so you get a high or you get a kick out of it. Then if that is your objective, then you might get that, but you will be prepared to, or you should be prepared to lose the money. Here we are talking of objective and attitude. To win, you need an attitude. To develop an attitude, you need an objective or a purpose or the, that burning desire. And that burning desire for stock market, it should be only to make money. Only when you go with the trade telling I want to make money out of this trade, then only you will be able to make some money out of it. And to develop that kind of attitude, you should be strongly clear on your objective. In fact, there was one great football coach. Well, I think his name was Edward Herm. Yes, his name was Herm Edwards. He said in one of the great speech, he said, you play to win. You play a game to win. There should be no other objective for a player in the game. A player's objective in the game should only to be winning. It's so important that you develop this kind of an attitude and this kind of a purpose. In football, what could be the other objective? You can become popular. You will have a lot of fans cheering. You get a high out of it. You get noticed. You get popularity. You become a celebrity. But your objective should be very clear. You are going into a game to win that game. There should not be any other objective for a player while he is entering into a game. Very similarly, if you are a trader, you go take only high probability trades. You will be very sharp in your approach while you are in the trade. You will have that, you will get into that 5% club. So most of the winners have a very different attitude. In his famous football interview, any player should enter into the game just to win. We should make such statements to ourselves every day that we are going into a trade to make some money out of it. Only then we will develop that kind of attitude, and then we will move into that 5% club, and then we can have a really long career or long lifespan in this markets. Well, let us once again meet tomorrow with one more topic. Until then, Om Swasti.